Hello and welcome back to Universal Love Law. Today I have a video for you all about the law of attraction, manifestation, whatever you want to call it, just getting what you want in life. So first and foremost, I want to just tell you guys that when it comes to me and my experiences with manifestation or getting what I wanted or what I asked for, the stuff that people say is true, but it is true based on universal laws. So I like to look at things like it's not just this fascination, okay? There's not just this oh, if you're doing this way, this will work. No. A lot of people are manifesting every day without needing to do these steps. It's kind of just a thing that happens on a physical and a spiritual level. Like there's the physical level of life where things are felt, seen, taste, touch, heard, smelled. And then there's a spiritual aspect of life that's more metaphysical, that is all together one simultaneously, but there is a difference in the two spaces, in between spaces, right? So I like to say that the law of attraction and manifestation can get a person kind of distracted, and it can kind of prolong their manifestation process if they're not aware of the actual science, that goes into us attracting what we want and us having the life we want, or us having at least the things that we want. So yeah, it may be a misconception that going towards something that you want has to be worked hard for, because some things you don't have to work that hard. I think that astrology also plays a major role, because knowing how the dynamics of your chart, knowing how you should approach going after what you want in life based on an astrological background, it can help you kind of jump over some hurdles or kind of move up the ladder a little quicker, knowing the energetic signature that you have within that may help you or maybe delaying you, because some people, it's different strokes for different folks. Some things what might work for one person that might not work for another person. So once a person understands that very important part of the process when it comes to getting what it is that you want, knowing that it's not just this fascinating topic or this trending hot topic, it's not just this thing that you do like magic and it just happens for you, because that's why people get so frustrated. And that's where the disclaimer needs to be, but everybody has their own approach. So I'm not knocking anyone that makes videos and they're just like, hop on the gravy train, let's do this together, let's do this thing. No, I mean, it's okay, but I don't like to do things that way. Or maybe I'm just a little bit too deep and I like to kind of break things down and dismantle them configurately. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, what's happening on a metaphysical level when it comes to you acquiring and attracting what you want? First and foremost, we are electromagnetic beings, meaning that we survive, we live off of energy. Okay, so as long as your heart is beating and your heart is pulsing, there's electromagnetic energy that's within you. This is why we can feel vibes. This is why we get static electricity when you know how you touch something and it shocks you. This is why if you're dying, they have to use that respirator thing to kind of jolt you back to life with energy, like electricity shooting into your body. So understanding that, when you understand that every living, breathing thing on this planet holds some energy. So the thing about energy is it can be measured based on its vibration and hertz, megahertz, right? So that means that how you feel right now, there are different people walking around, there are different places, and there are different things that also hold that same vibrational energy signature. This is why like attracts like. See what I mean? So when a person is so not only are you just naturally your natural state of being, just being alive makes you an electromagnetic being that attracts like a magnet. Where you are on your vibratory state is very important as well, because that determines what you're attracting, who you're attracting, and what places you're attracting. This is why kids don't like certain places. They feel that inner instinct like this is no place for a child, or I don't feel comfortable, right? Same thing with, places that are very pleasant and inviting, like nature. Nature holds a certain vibrational frequency. So it's really important to understand that this plays a major part when it comes into manifesting. Once you know that you are an energetic force that attracts like, so what you attract, what you're looking for is looking for you, because you're vibrationally attracting it. Ooh, that was hard to say. But so first and foremost, that's important to understand when it comes to the baby stepping into manifestation, because you have to know that what you want or what it is that you're going after, it holds a certain vibrational frequency. So you can have it, you just have to match the frequency for it to will into your life. So this is the metaphysical standpoint from things, and physical. So because biochemistry wise, we are electrically powered. Like that's how we're alive. We operate on an energetic level. So on a metaphysical level, it's happening as well, because when you talk about the theory of quantum physics, that means the only thing that exists is now, right now. So whatever you're attracting, it exists right now. It just exists with you being in the match to it, if that makes sense. So all of that is something you hear a lot when you're hearing the manifestation video. But that's nothing to be like, oh, I need to get some crystals and I need to, no. And I'm going to break down why. Like some people do have to work on themselves depending on what it is that you're trying to will in. So this is where the practicality aspect comes in, okay? So we're going to talk about this video. I'm going to go back and forth through practical, logical, physical things that you can do and the ways that you should process and think about the information. And I'm also going to talk about metaphysical aspects as well. So on the plane that is more non-physical, where things are in its gestation period. Okay, that's a term used when plants are growing under the soil, right? There's a lot of things happening in that darkness, in that void, where all things come from. So, and not literally speaking, figuratively speaking, like all things don't come from your plant that you're planting. No, it's just a term. So I'm gonna be going back and forth from a metaphysical and a physical outlook of how these things kind of play out in order to getting what you want in life. So first and foremost, knowing that everything else is vibrating, everything is electricity, okay? These kind of go into the Hermetic laws that I also made a video about as well. So once a person is aware of that, then that's where we have to become realistic, practical when it comes to setting our goals. So, okay. So you have your first goal. Let's say your first goal is to get something that's really challenging based on where you are. Let's say you want to get an apartment, right? And all the odds are stacked against you, right? So you got your house here, and then there's you. And you want that so bad. You want that because it could be so many reasons. Some people, you know, they may be homeless. Some people, they may be struggling living with people and they just want to live on their own, whatever. But so that's the goal, and that's what you want. So a lot of people, sometimes they do things like visualization. You know, they work with seeing it and feeling like they can have it. And those are all really, really good. But the power of resistance is very real. And what can happen is when we're overthinking about something and obsessing about something and wanting something so bad, we put ourselves in a place of, we put our mind in a place of we don't have it. And we begin to, and that's reality, we don't have it. But it's not about us brainwashing ourselves. That's something that they do a lot. They do say it a lot in like the manifesting videos. Like they do say that a lot. Like you have to brainwash yourself and think like I have it. So that's not, for more practical people, that would be humanly impossible, just based on the way their mind thinks. There's people that are very logical and they want things to make sense. So I would say having that faith, having faith and believing. Remember, I'm not, extremely like into religion, but in the Bible it does say having faith as a size of a mustard seed. So the faith plays a major role. So you have to know that it's yours. You have to know that it's yours. So you have to have faith. My handwriting is probably not that well for you guys to see. So first and foremost, you got to have faith. You have to have faith in what you want is possible. Some people it might not be an apartment. It might be a business. It might be them actually stepping up into another level of life where they're mature enough to actually become their own boss, and be self-sufficient on their own, make their own income. Some people really want that for themselves. Some people can't see life that way and they, have to work for a job, but they want other things like an apartment. And so, and it could be even a car. It could be all kind of things. First and foremost, you must know that everything exists in the mind. All is mental. So you must know first and foremost that everything you want, everything you desire, you're imagining that. You're imagining it from a place of desire, of want. So that's really good. Okay, you have to start somewhere. So once you know what you want, right, there's that goal in mind. Okay, I want this business, or I want this home, I want this apartment, I want this car, I want this person, I want this vacation trip, I want whatever it is. Then it's about having that faith. I know I got it. Now, I know I got this. I know I got this. I know it's mine. How do you know it? You have to combine the metaphysical and the physical. Okay? So this is something that you could just do without forcing yourself. So you have to blend the two, the metaphysical and the physical. How do you do that? You have to see it. Seeing is believing it. You literally have to see it. Like if it's something like that you want, like a relationship, you need to start seeing it. Start watching videos about relationships. Get into that vibratory state of a relationship, love. If it's buying a house, you have to get into that vibratory state of what it feels like to buy a home. And same thing when it comes to opening a business. How do you see it? You put yourself in practical, realistic experiences where other people are experiencing what you want. So this is where you got to get all the hater out of you. You can't be a hater and do this work. It's just going to block you. It's only going to block your blessings. Like, it's only going to block you from receiving. So in order to get into alignment with what it is that you're trying to attract or manifest in your life, you have to see it. Seeing is believing. Once you see that it's possible, you kind of baby step and inch your way into that vibratory state. Because the only reason why a person doesn't have what they want is because they're not a vibrational match to it. They must be a vibrational match to it to attract it. So that gets you a little bit into the reality of it, of having it. Okay. So after you see it, like, okay, first you thought it, right? You're like, oh, I want this. Then you start to see it and you put yourself into position to seeing it, whether that's going to walking past. If you don't want to look weird, you could walk past a little car auction place, or like a place where they sell car, right? You walk by, look at the car you want, and just be, just stop and look at it for a little while. Hey, even walk past the gate and just go look up to it and be like, I really like this. And then just walk off. You have to see it. You have to see it, what you want. Watch a video about how people went through the process of selling a home, because some people want to manifest selling their home so they could buy a bigger home. It's all about putting yourself in position, okay? Because the problem is some people they have the desire, but they don't have the ambition or motivation to go after what they want. Weird. So you have to have faith, even if it's just as small as a mustard seed. But I would encourage you to have a big amount of faith, not to where it's overwhelming and it's over exaggerated, because that's when things only stay in the gestation period. Sometimes when you plant seeds, they don't grow all the way. Why? Because they are not good seeds. You see what I mean? They're not getting enough light. They're not getting enough water. They're not getting enough nutrients from the soil. So they're not able to fertilize and grow. So it's important. I like to use the whole plant, scenario, because it really helps a person to understand how things work from a metaphysical and physical level. Even from plants to people, okay? Like, everything in life is just a mere reflection of itself. Everything in life, everything that is expressed in movies and art is based on real life and reality. The way things grow and become in life, it exists. It all exists that way on every level. Where, like, a plant is the seed is in the soil and it's germinating and it's doing all its little tingling, and eventually it sprouts out into life that can be seen. Same thing that happens with the baby in the womb. It's in the womb and it's all these things, frictions, bubbling, things happening, growing, and boom, popped out. Now we got a baby. Everything is a replication of itself. As above, so below. As within, so without. So it's really important to note that when we're talking about manifestation. So once a person has it in their mind, once they're able to see it, meaning they put themselves in position, that's the action on a person's part. They have to put themselves into position. Then a person can sit back and write out their blueprint. So that's very important. Write your blueprint out. Write it out how you want it to go, how you want it to be, how you want to manifest. You have to write these things down. What is knowledge with no action? It's like but you're not doing anything for it to happen. And the universe literally works around us. So everything that we do in our life every day affects our future, because the only thing that's happening is the now. So how we feel now affects our future, and we have to look at life like that. What we want now and how we go about it, it starts within. This is where you got to understand the balance between spiritual and physical. There's material things that we can acquire in life, but it requires us to go within first. Some people come from poverty. A lot of people come from a position of they don't have all the money in the world to get what they want. Some people have all the money in the world and still can't get what they want. Like someone who truly loves them. There's some things that money can't buy. So in the act of manifestation, some people say, I want this amount of money. I want this. I want that. So I can get that. And for people in poverty, that's really sometimes all they need is the money. Whereas, there's some things money cannot buy. And with that, they need something else. So everything starts from within first. So writing it out is very important. You have to set your goals clearly, because once you're able to set your goals and you read them out loud, you'll say, this doesn't sound clear what I'm saying. And that's important to know, that what you want is clear, and your goals becoming a part of your self-talk. Like, this is what I want, and not from a state of lack. Like, oh, I don't. Like, I want this, but I want this person, or I want this thing, but get that but out. Get the but out of the sentence. Like, just get it out. Please get it out. Like, we need to get that out. No buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. My aunt used to say that to me. But it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about your goals in life. If you operate on an if, and but, guess what? You're going to always be getting if, and but back. So it's important. What you give is what you receive. So when it comes to you manifesting and asking for the things you want, or knowing what you want, technically you're asking God. You're asking the universe. You're asking whatever it is that one believes for it. And it works around you. The universe works around us based on our state of being, based on how we feel. So it's easier to attract when we feel clear consistently, when we feel good consistently, when we're doing what we're supposed to do consistently, when we're on top of our game consistently. Getting rid of negativity is very important when it comes to getting what a person wants in life. Getting rid of gossiping all the time. Like, sometimes people call you and you can't help but to be like, or you just gonna be like cutting everybody out your life. Certain desires in life require that. But when you're trying to manifest something smaller in life that just doesn't require that much change necessary within you, then, you could go about it like, okay, I'm going to cut back on these bad habits, or I'm going to cut back a little bit on this, and that, so that I can get what I want in life. I'm going to cut back on some of these things so that I can get a little bit more. And so it's really important for people to understand that, understand that, like, it's a balance. You have to look at what you want as a vibrational energy that you have to match. So what is it in your life that is probably stopping you from being a vibrational match to it? First and foremost, how does it feel? How does it feel to have $100,000 in your banking account? Now match that feeling. Does it feel like you feel good, or do you just feel normal about it? See? It really requires realistic thinking. And this is why I feel like a lot of people do not attract what they want when it comes to manifestation. I feel like sometimes people, they talk about what they want but they do not understand the metaphysical, scientific, and spiritual aspect that goes into attracting what you want. I feel like some people just don't know what it takes because they don't understand how life operates on all those levels, because everything's working together, interweaved simultaneously. So you can't be in one thing and not understanding that other things are happening as well. Like, you can't be like, oh, I thought about what I wanted and I visualized it and I held crystals and I prayed every day, but you going back to doing negative things that are not helpful to you attracting. Now, I'm not saying that to attract or manifest whatever it is you want in life, you must be a saint, because that's far from the truth. It's a lot of sinners out here that attract what they want because they understand the way that it works. They understand how to get what they want. They understand how going about getting what you want just requires a certain mindset, a certain willpower, and a certain firmament in within you that you're knowing that you're going to have that, but not saying I'm going to, saying I know I have that. I see myself with that, and believing it, like wholeheartedly. Like, it has to be no restraint within you. And this is where it might require some people to cut people out of their life. Sometimes you gotta cut people out of your life in order to attract what it is that you want. But that is very important. Like, even if it hurts you, or even if it's some people that you need in your life still, sometimes we live with the people that we can't just cut them off or treat them bad because we're manifesting, because, that could have a negative ripple effect. So it's really important. I know this video is all over the place, and I really want to just get a clear video for you guys where I'm talking about certain things. I feel like this video is all over the place when it comes to manifestation, but it's every aspect of how it works. It's every aspect of how it works. Now, if I was to make another video where I'm breaking down like specifics, then just let me know that. But as of now, I'm just going to just spew out everything that comes to my mind, because that's just how I feel right now. So when it comes to you manifesting, it does require you to probably getting rid of some people out of your life, or detaching from them a little bit, because you don't want to just cut people off either. There's an energy within that. There's an energy signature, within that. There's a dance that comes along in that when you just cut off people to get what you want. It can put a negative taste in their mouth. Remember, everything's an electromagnetic energy. So if you rub people off the wrong way based on something you want, that can create resistance. So because it's like, you can't go about going after what you want in a ruthless way, because you're going to have ruthless outcomes. So this is how life operates, where people just, they treat their family bad. They get to a position and they leave the people that, they had. And then the people that they had would say things like, oh, I knew that person was going to switch up because they was changing and acting funny. And then they got all that money and then they changed. And guess what? There's a beginning, middle, and end to everything. And so how long you keep something is based on how you manifested it. So it's really important to note that you can't go about going through life in a way where you're doing things on a negative tip, because you will get the repercussions of that. You will understand that that's not how you do it. Life gonna teach you, okay, you went about manifesting in this way. You did everything right as far as seeing it, going and actually feeling it, or testing it, test driving it, or putting yourself in circles of people who have it. You inched yourself closer into a vibrational match to whatever it is that you wanted. Once you attracted it and once you got it, you were doing it with a whole nother negative intent. So the way that life works, it doesn't pick and choose who's going to get it, who's not. Life works on a vibrational frequency. You're only going to get what you attract or what you deserve. So you can attract something and deserve a great outcome, but you can also attract something and deserve a karmic lesson from that, where you're actually experiencing turmoil from this, whatever it is you manifested. So it can be I love life that way, because when you think about life, like you think about the old folks in your family and stuff, they be like, baby, don't worry, she ain't gonna keep that man for too long. They tell you things because they know. They be like, don't worry, you gonna see what happened. She ain't gonna keep that car. Or, see, look how she got that job. Watch how she lose that job. See, old folks, they know. They're wise. They're aware of how the world operates because they've played the game of life. Everything starts from a desire. Everything starts from you wanting it. And once you want it, you go after it. You may get it. You may not. It depends on if you're consistent with it. And the thing about it also is sometimes we manifest things into our reality that we had wanted a long time ago. And we be like, oh my God, like, I didn't even know that this is like, I forgot that I remember it. Like, you'd be like, I remember I wanted to do this. Like, for instance, I put on my vision board, free family vacation, and just totally forgot about it. Now, it ain't happened yet, but that was so long ago. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? And I will say, hey, oh my God, that makes sense. I remember when I put that on my board, or I remember. So, but let's get back into this manifestation. So first and foremost, when it comes to us attracting what we want, we have to remember that we are energy. We are electromagnetic beings. So anything that we want, we can attract. We just have to be patient. We have to believe that we can have it and we see ourselves with it. That's what will nudge us into becoming the vibrational frequency of what it is that we want to attract. Once we do that, we have to kind of see and identify all the factors that are in our life that may be causing us to not be of a vibrational match to what it is that we want, whether it's people that we have in our life, whether it's the places that we go frequent and we are probably not feeling us the best energy to us, our goals. And this could be the things that we do, eat, say. So it could be the foods we eat. It could be the things we do. It could be the things that we say. It will for sure be the things that you say. Because what you say can ultimately alter your state of being to where you create resistance within yourself to where you're not able to attract what you want as fast. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful for you guys. I'm going to make more manifestation videos and spirituality videos that kind of help a person understand the key factors. I'll try to make them really clear for everyone, but I talk the way I talk. I'm working on it. Some days I'm very clear, precise, on point, and some days I'm all over the place, but it doesn't stop me from making a video because I realize that I can't just sit on information. And sometimes I sit on information too long to where I haven't created content, and then that me wanting to talk about that, the desire goes away. And now I have sat on information that may have helped someone because I'm the only Maisha Universal Love Law out here with these big hoops, tattoos, and piercings. So I might attract certain people, or I'm the only one that talks the way I talk. There's some people that may take the information that I'm saying and take heed to it. So I have to understand that I have an audience. So I have people that listen to me. And for a long time, I didn't realize that. I like to be unique. I'm getting into something totally different. But I like to be unique so that I can cater to my audience. Anyone that doesn't like my content, they'll leave. They'll find someone that they prefer. But it's a calling on me to give this information and give it in its totality, how it comes, how I deliver it. So I'll do my best in editing the videos, which I won't take this out, but I'm going to just say what's on my heart and what's on my mind, because some people, they need to hear it from me, and I need to hear it from some people too, because I have a lot of YouTubers that I like and that I'm really into the way that they deliver information. I like their authenticity, and I like just them telling me versus someone else. And another thing is, when we watch people that are talking about what it is that we're trying to do, it also pushes us into the vibrational frequency closer to the match that we're trying to attract, because we're staying on course. We're reminding ourselves. So I'm gonna make some more videos about this, but thank you so much for tuning in to Universal Love Law.